Hi everybody, welcome to the Regretful Yarn Addict. Today we are going to be learning this stitch. This is called the feather stitch. It's a bit of a yarn eater, and it helps if you know how to do a half double crochet chainless foundation to get it started, but I'll show you real quick how to do that. I also have a video for it you can check. So this is what it looks like. I've made a hat using it. And then I also whipped up a little sample here using Red Heart Super Saver retro stripes. But today we're going to be doing it in a solid color. So this can be done using any yarn you want. It's pretty easy. It's done in multiples of 2 plus 1. So you would just do 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2 until you get it as wide as you want, and then add one more. And like I said, it does start with a half double crochet chainless foundation row. So grab your yarn, grab an appropriate hook. This is a 4-weight yarn, and I will be using a 5mm hook. And today I'm just going to do a little sample. So to get your chainless foundation going, you're going to take your yarn, make a slip knot, get it on your hook. Then we're going to chain 1 and 2. Wrap your yarn, go through that first chain going under 2 loops. Yarn over and pull through. You have 3 loops on. Yarn over, pull through 1, pinch that little spot. Yarn over, pull through all 3. Yarn over, go into this stitch right here, the one that you pinched. You go through both loops, make sure you get under both loops. Yarn over, pull through. Yarn over, pull through 1. Yarn over, pull through 3. And you just keep doing that. Yarn over, go through those 2 loops on the bottom. Yarn over, go through 1. Yarn over, go through all 3. Now we have 3 stitches, and you can tell because you've got your 3 V's right there. 1, 2, 3. So we're going to keep doing this until we have an even number. Right now I've got 2, 4, 6. See that? I was going to do a double. It's a half. Go through all 3. I love a chainless foundation. I use it whenever I can. So I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 13, 14, right? 2, 4, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay, so right there I've got an even number, a multiple of 2. So I am going to go ahead add one more, and that gives me an even plus 1. Now, this first row is pretty easy. We're going to chain 1, put a half double into that first stitch, chain 1, skip the next, half double into the next one, chain 1, skip a stitch, half double into the next, and we're going to do that all the way across. And if I haven't messed up, when I get to the end, yes, chain 1, and I'll put a half double into that last stitch. So this is what you look like at the end of row 2. Okay, chain 1, turn your work. Now we start the feather stitch. Now it might sound a little complicated, but it really isn't. So we're going to put a half double into that very first stitch there. Then we're going to yarn over. Okay, we're going to go into this space, grab our yarn and pull it up, yarn over. Now we're going down to this skipped stitch down here. Go through that, grab your yarn, pull it through, pull it up even, yarn over, and we're going into this next chain 1 space. And we should have 7 loops. 2, 4, 6, 7. We're going to yarn over and pull through all 7. And chain 1. Okay? Now we're going to yarn over, and we're going back into this chain 1 space where we put that last loop. And again, we're going to grab our loop and pull it up. Going to grab our yarn. We're going to go down to that skipped stitch down there. Grab some yarn, pull it through and up. Yarn over and go into that next chain 1 space. Again, we've got 7 loops. Wrap our yarn over our hook, pull it through all 7. Make a, oh my God, my words just left me. Chain stitch. Wrap, go back into that same spot, that same chain 1. Okay, so you wrapped, you go through, you pull your yarn, grab it up. Wrap your yarn. We're going down to that skip stitch way down there. Pull up our yarn, wrap it, go through that next chain 1, grab some yarn, pull it up, 7 loops. Wrap our yarn around our hook, pull it through all 7, and make a chain. Okay? Wrap your yarn around your hook, go into that chain 1, grab your yarn, pull it through, pull it up, wrap around your hook, go down to that skipped stitch, grab some yarn, pull it through and all the way up. Wrap, go into that next chain 1 space, grab some yarn and pull it up. We got ourselves 7 loops on our hook. Wrap our yarn, pull it through, chain 1. See how pretty that's looking? Okay, wrap, go into that chain 1, grab our yarn, pull it up. Wrap, go down to that skipped stitch, grab our yarn, pull it through and pull it up. Wrap, go into that chain 1, grab some yarn, pull it up, 7 loops. Wrap your hook, pull it through, chain 1. Okay, now we got 1 chain 1 space left here. So we're going to do what we've been doing, wrap our yarn, go into that chain 1, grab our yarn, pull it through and up. Wrap our hook, go down to that skipped stitch, grab some yarn, pull it up. Wrap our yarn, go into that chain 1 space, grab some yarn, pull it up, 7 loops on our hook. Wrap, pull through all 7, chain 1, and now we're going to go into that last, or the very first from a previous row, but the last double crochet, and make a double crochet. This is what we're looking like. Yep, I've got 14 stitches showing up there, and that's what I should have. Okay, so chain 1, turn your work, and this is the repeat for the rest of whatever you're going to make. Wrap your hook, go into that very first, half double there, make a half. Wrap your hook, go into this chain 1 space, grab your yarn, pull it up. Wrap your hook, and now we're going down to the chain 1 space down below. Putting our hook through, grabbing our yarn, pulling it up, wrapping, and going into that next chain 1. Again, 7 loops, wrap, pull through, just like that. We're going to wrap our hook, go into that same chain 1 space, pull up, wrap our hook, go into the chain 1 space down below, grab our yarn, pull it up, wrap, go into the next chain 1 space. Got ourselves 7 loops. Wrap our hook, grab some yarn, pull it through, chain 1. Wrap, go into that chain 1, pull it up, wrap, go down to the chain 1 below it, grab some yarn, pull it up, wrap, go into that next chain 1. 7 loops. Yep. Grab some yarn, pull it through, chain 1. Wrap, go into that chain 1, grab your yarn and pull it up. Wrap, go into the chain 1 down below, grab your yarn, pull it all the way up. Wrap, go into that next chain 1, grab some yarn, pull it up, 7 loops. Wrap, pull through all 7, make a chain. Wrap into that chain 1, pull up a loop. Wrap, go into the one below it, grab some yarn, pull it all the way up. Wrap, go into that next one, pull it up. 7 loops, all the way through, chain 1. And we still have 1 space left here. So we're going to wrap, go into that same chain 1 space, pull up our yarn, wrap, go into the one down below it, grab some yarn, pull it up, wrap, and go into that last chain 1 space. Pull up yarn. We've got 7 loops. Wrap, pull all the way through, chain 1, and into this very last double crochet. make a double crochet. Okay, see what that's looking like? If yours doesn't look like that, go back from the beginning, watch again. Chain 1. And right there is our very first double crochet. This is the chain 1 space. So we got to go back in there. Wrap, go through that tight little spot, pull our yarn through and make a half double. Then you wrap, go into that first chain 1 space, pull up, wrap, go into the one down below it, wrap, pull some yarn up, and go into that next chain 1. 7 loops, boing, chain 1. I'm going to do this row with you, and then I'm going to let you do it yourself. Make sure I stay in frame here would be nice. Otherwise, you'd be like, where'd you go? See what I mean about it being a yarn eater? I'll bet you could make a really pretty blanket doing this stitch. Okay. And when you're all done and you say, all right, I've had enough, I'm finished, chain 1, turn your work, put a half double into that very first half double. That's always going to be tight unless you make it really loose. Then you're going to go in and make a half double into the chain 1 space, a half double into the top of your feather, half double into the space, into the feather, into the space, into the feather, into the space, into the feather, all the way across. And into that very last. And then your top matches your bottom. And there you have it. What a pretty stitch. Easy peasy, butterball breezy. So thanks for watching. If you like this, leave a thumbs up. Comment below. Subscribe to the channel. I try to put up a new stitch every Saturday, and on Wednesdays I have Wednesday wrap-ups. So again, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.